Tune in now to the hottest sports podcast, 910 Sports. 910 Sports. We discuss the latest topics in sports, interview the athletes from all over the country, known and unknown, while spotlighting the youth of today and tomorrow with host Icon E, Mr. Personality Jacob the Great, Crystal, a.k.a. Miss Wildfire, KB the Amazing, and Steve-O, a.k.a. Mr. All Everything Georgia.
What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Icon. We're here this morning on 910 Sports. We're on season 2, episode 10. First and foremost, I want to thank God for this opportunity to be here this morning, and to be able to just come on here with this great platform, and because God could have, God didn't have to do this, and He allowed us to be here this morning, and I was want to just thank my host for being my co-host for being here, my man Jacob the great, KB the Amazing, Steve-O, Mr. Georgia, everything in the building. And today, man, we got some special guests this morning. It's always a treat for me when we have people that come from where I come from, from the background I come from. These two guys, Michael Quick, he has been following me and what we be doing on this platform for the last year, so he's been one of our biggest supporters. And his partner Lamont Goins, we both from the Southern Pines, Moore County area, Carthage area, in that area. And these two guys got a great platform that they're going to be starting called the GQ Show on ESPN Radio. So I want everybody to welcome them this morning. What's going on, fellas?
Welcome.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So basically, just go ahead and jump right into it. So how did y'all first form the podcast when y'all first got into it? How did y'all first form the podcast?
All right. Again, good morning. This is Coach Goins, and I'll kick it off. And again, we certainly appreciate the opportunity to come on you guys' show, and we commend you for your body of work thus far. But as I get into this, actually, I got a phone call from a good friend of mine, Ralph Sampson, of course, the basketball player. And he said, hey, have you ever thought about podcasting? So, no, I did a little research, got rocking and rolling. And I used to have Coach Quick on as a monthly guest. And then basically, as I'm going through, and I kind of had to regroup and go, okay, you know what? He's too good just to be on as a guest. He needs to be the co-host. So in that, 4 years later, we've been rocking and rolling. I actually coached Coach Quick 25 years ago. He was my starting defensive tackle. He was also our center. So we go back more than 25 years. I'll kick it to Coach Quick.
Yes, as Coach Goins said, I played for him 25 years ago. He was my position coach in high school. And, he took to me as a kid who was a little bit rough around the edges in the 11th grade. I used to sit in the hallway and just had a tablet with the top 100 high school basketball players in the country in it. And Coach Goins, he took me under his wing. And as he said, starting the podcast 4 years ago, he brought me along as a monthly guest, and then I became his co-host. And here we are now, about ready to embark and embrace on something very special with ESPN Radio.
Okay, so basically with your show, what's the focus? Is it Virginia football? Is it football as a landscape as a whole, college, NBA, NFL? So just to tell the people, what's the landscape of the theme of the show as a whole?
Oh, what?
Am I the only one who can't hear anything?
I
I can't hear him either.
Okay,
I can't hear it.
Okay, we can't hear you, Coach Goins. I don't know if he turned his volume down by accident.
Probably audio just probably dropped. A lot of bandwidth.
Can y'all hear? I still can't hear him.
No, I can't hear him.
No.
I can't hear him either.
I can't hear him. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Yep. Sure. The audio driver probably maybe dropped. He might have to go out, like leave and come back in.
Who's that?
Coach Goins to get his audio working.
Okay, Mike, can you take over for him? Maybe send him a
Yes,
text.
definitely. Yeah, I'm shooting him a text message now. But as far as our show goes, we're going to be talking high school sports. We're going to touch on the NFL, college football, college basketball, baseball, golf, the entire realm of the sports world. And we're going to be talking the real talking sports. And we're going to touch on everything. It's just been a blessing to be able to get this platform and get it started.
Okay. So before this, and I'm gonna let some other guy, everybody else jump in. Before y'all got this opportunity with ESPN radio, what was the main platform y'all was using, just to kind of let people know into how the journey y'all took. So when y'all first started till now, what was the process to getting to this point when y'all first started, as far as the platforms and different things you had to do to even get to this point?
Well, basically, as Coach Goins stated, starting a podcast 4 years ago, he started out. We're on 17 different platforms. Podbean. He's gonna come back in here in just a second.
Okay. So anybody? So I'm gonna let Jacob jump on here and ask a couple of questions. And whatever. So what you got, Jacob?
So coaches, how important to you is it cause both of you guys came from the coaching world, and so the coaching world led over to the podcasting. So when you was coaching, how important for you as a coach was it for your youth and your players to get life lessons out of the teachings on the basketball court, on the baseball field, on the football field? How important was that avenue for you?
To me, that's everything, because if as a coach we can't give out life lessons to these kids and teach them how to be men and women, then we're doing them a disjustice. And I went back as a volunteer coach at Union Pines High School when Coach Goins was on the basketball staff as a top assistant with the head coach Carl Salmon. And just being able to give back to the students and the kids, it was everything to me, because we have to teach those life lessons. We have to show them what it's like to be a man, what it's like to be a woman. As they get ready to go off into college, somebody has to teach them the real world besides their parents. So we have to be that example for them.
Okay. And with you guys' podcast, I heard you said you're on several platforms, and with being on those platforms, do you guys do what we call sports media too, where you're live press at different events?
No, sir. We had, well, yeah, Coach Goins has in the past. He was at the ALS camp, Capo Arena, and we've also done some Facebook Live as well in the past.
Okay. So are you guys looking to cover live events? To do a live podcast at a huge sports event as well?
Yes, we that's something we're definitely looking forward to and trying to get into as far as our next entity. On September 17th, we're going to be at Fayetteville State University for the Cable Camp in reference to ALS. And so we're going to be there doing hopefully some live interviews and things like that with some people with the camp. And USBA has just picked us up as our title sponsor on the new GQ coaches show. So they're our title sponsor. And of course, they deal in all types of basketball camps, basketball tournaments for the youth around the country.
Right. And I'm gonna ask you one more question, and this is just basketball. So with the basketball being so big now,
Yes, sir.
and the AAU being huge, so a lot of people that I know that's in the sports and media world, they have told me this summer has been like a great summer to cover AAU events, because it's so many people coming out. And, I had the pleasure of experience a different AAU event this summer, which was a volleyball AAU event. And when I tell you, man, that I didn't know that the volleyball was just as big as the basketball, man, it's huge, man. It's huge. And will you guys be covering, as time go on, covering some of the AAU events as well?
That's something we definitely hope to get involved in. We hadn't discussed it at this point. Like you say, AAU is so big now. It's almost as big as high school athletics, nowadays, and maybe even bigger because there's so many college coaches at these AAU events, the Peach Jams, the Nike Eyeballs, and things to that nature. It's just huge. But if we could get some of these parents to act accordingly, then everything will be all good with AAU sports.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, I kind of knew you was going to tap in on that. I knew you were going to talk about it. But
yes, sir. I mean, it's just the fact that I've read and seen different things. I mean, these guys are fighting at events, and that stuff is unnecessary. Let these kids be kids and enjoy themselves. If they see the actual adults acting out like this, how do we think they're going to act?
Right.
It's real. I did have a couple questions. So you guys have been doing it for about 4 years now. When you first started, were you guys doing every sport as you were now? Were you guys working with this specific sports, or how did you guys do it when you guys first started out?
Well, we've done every sport, but mostly basketball and football. That was our realm. And also, we didn't just stick to just sports. We've had people come on like sports information directors from Kansas University. We've had pastors on, just we utilized our platform for anybody to be able to tell their story and get their story out there to where it may be able to bless somebody. As I said, pastors, college professors. Just recently, we had a politician on our show who is running for office in North Carolina, running for Congress, and she's a teacher within the Cumberland County school system, and we used our platform to help her get her name out there so that she may be able to reach some supporters, So that's what we've tried to do over the past 4 years, not just sports. We've tried to do everything.
Okay. Go ahead.
Coach Goins has said there's no sound coming in. I told him to go out and come back in.
Yeah. Coach Goins, can you hear us now?
Yes, sir. I'm back on.
Okay. Hey, there you go.
Coach G, touch on some of the stuff that I was trying to touch on with them as far as our platforms and everything.
Okay, and again, apologize for this this VA internet, but back in.
That can't be tide water internet. That got to be up in the woods. No.
Y'all still can't hear him?
No.
Oh, okay.
Heard him at first.
Yeah. Okay. Well, KB, you got any questions?
Coach, we still can't hear you.
We still can't hear you, Coach. We're gonna have to shuttle them down to Virginia Beach. You know what I'm saying? Get some of that good, stuff.
For the pod, what we do is just.
If y'all can't hear him, KB, you got any questions?
Yeah, he came in for a second. Yeah, so when you all started, you said y'all are like currently on 14 platforms. Did y'all start out the gate like, hey, I'm getting on everything that could possibly get our thing out there, or did it kind of just grow over time?
They grew over time. Because now we're currently on 17 with the ESPN radio, but those platforms, they came in over time. I know our latest was Amazon Music, if I'm not mistaken.
And so what advice would you have for, it's just a bunch of guys on here, man, kind of, on the same path. What kind of advice would you give to this group right here?
Number one, just stay the course. Keep grinding. Don't allow, the negativity to sit in your mindset. Just keep working, keep perfecting your craft, and just keep going after these platforms, because your product speaks for itself. You guys' show has just been amazing. From what I've watched over the last year, your body of work, kudos to you guys. I'm a big fan.
Appreciate it.
Okay, Crystal, you got any questions?
I do. What's the end goal? Like, do you guys like want to be on TV? Do you want to like be on ESPN or any of those sports shows? Like, what's the end game for you guys?
Absolutely, that's our goal. Our goal is to be on ESPN network. I like to be sitting across from Stephen A. Smith one day debating him. That's something I look forward to. I've always wanted to be on ESPN, and that was part of the grind that Coach G seen in me, and that's why he brought me along. And guys, Coach G started this thing. He brought me along for the ride. I'm truly blessed, and I'm humbled that he brought me along. So therefore, he can tell you a whole lot more about the
For the technical
platforms and everything.
I'm going to jump back off and see if I can.
There, Coach G, we hear you.
We hear you now, Coach.
We hear you, Coach.
Hey, Coach G, I think it's the Steelers stuff you got behind you. It's messing up your audio.
Coach G.
Everybody get it when you come on.
You see,
Everybody gonna get it.
I apologize for the young boys. They disrespectful at times.
You got a flag.
Okay, but yes, the end goal is to definitely be on TV. It's something that we want to do. We're building towards, and we're standing on Bible verses Mark 11:23 and 24. And we just believe that God is about to open amazing doors for us and lead, guide, and direct our paths to bigger and greater things. And we just say greater is coming. And I truly believe greater is coming for you guys as well.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anything else you got, Crystal?
No. No, I don't have any more questions.
I kind of froze up.
I froze up on that one.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I was saying, Crystal had any more questions?
No, she said no.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. So, man, Mike, I want to appreciate y'all coming on here, because definitely, what y'all going to, it made me proud because at the end of the day, y'all representative of where we come from, and that lets me know that we can all aspire for great heights and great things, or whatever. You know what I mean? A lot of times when you dreaming something and you in your heart you feel like you can do it, but then when you see somebody else do it and you have no hate in your heart for them doing it before you did it, then God can open up that portal for you too. So basically, I look at y'all as inspiration, and I definitely look forward to getting your guidance in the future, and being your mentees to be able to move forward, move this needle forward as we continue to like you say, be consistent and persistent in what we're doing. Um,
Absolutely.
so I mean, like anytime y'all want to come back on here, or anytime y'all, you got anything going on that you trying to plug or whatever, just let us know. You know what I'm saying? We here to be able to help, continue to help y'all grow y'all platform as well.
Yes, we would love to come back on, especially a day when their Coach Goins' internet connection is a lot better because there's there's more feedback that he can give you. I think he's back on now.
Again,
Okay, yeah, yeah.
I apologize. I don't. Again, I moved locations to hopefully you all sound better. So hopefully that you can hear me. And again, I apologize for these technical problems early this morning and doing the production. So the question on the floor was, can somebody repeat, and I'll take it from there.
Basically, I was just thanking y'all for coming on this morning, and the
Excellent.
way for the thing about it is, you was y'all inspiration for me because when we first started this, me and Jacob, I would have never thought we was even be as further along as we are at this point. Me and him was talking about this last night, and I look forward to for being mentees to y'all to get y'all guidance on how to continue to just grow the platform. So for yourself to us, what any advice would you have? Mike touched on it a little bit, but being that you the one that kind of started it all, what would your advice be?
Well, here's the thing. First of all, we're humble and we thank you so much for allowing us to come on this morning. And again, apologize for the technical difficulties. But in that, number one, you all have already formed a network. So therefore, what my challenge to you all is, iron sharpens iron, and it's almost like a marriage, if you will. Sometimes I may not be 100%, and Coach Quick he's bringing 99, and then when I'm getting on the phone with him, he kind of gives me a little boost, and it kind of goes both ways. And then what you all, you leverage each other, because as we go through life, everybody, we deal with every situation, everything comes. But in that, sometimes, Coach Quick has to take your side and vice versa. But in that, you network, you let people know. And then here's the thing, and I say this to everyone.
He went out again.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anyway, I apologize to our audience too for that, for our technical difficulties this morning. Um, but at the end, like I said, so basically the first episode that y'all gonna be doing, Mike, tomorrow, because y'all platform is what, 6 to 7 every Monday.
6 to 7 every Monday night, and during football season we're on right before Virginia Tech football, and during basketball season we're going to be on right before the Tony Bennett show, which is huge for us because maybe we're going to get some of that audience, and that's going to be a plus for us, and we hope that you guys tune in to us. If If you don't have it, go to your Play Store, download TuneIn Radio, go to WTON, ESPN Radio 1240, The Boss, and look for the GQ Coaches Show. And our inaugural show is tomorrow night. And I think you guys will enjoy it. And hopefully just give us some feedback.
Yes,
Now
sir.
I have a question. Is
Yeah, I got
one,
one too.
out of the two of you, is one an antagonist during the show? Do y'all have a Stephen A during the show? Do you have a Skip during the show?
There's going to be some of that very soon, and that's the one thing Coach Goins and I has always said. We're not going to always agree. Like during the finals, me and him disagreed on the Draymond Green.
Mm-hmm.
I got to have me a Draymond Green on my team. He sometimes he can be an irritant, but I got to have him because I think he's the heart and soul of the Golden State Warriors. So yes, you're gonna see some of that. But Skip Bayless, that dude, he's a character. He has to be the worst in my eyes.
What part of Virginia are you guys in?
Well, I'm in North Carolina, and Coach G is in Stanton, Virginia.
Okay.
And you're a Tar Heels fan, correct? I just want Steve to know that.
Absolutely. 110% to the heart. It's national championship or bust this year in basketball.
It's gonna be bust.
That's not happening.
Well,
I've heard
I've
heard the ramblings already.
Steve, we already know Duke ain't going, so I don't think you should talk.
That's right.
I don't
We
think you
wanna
should
win
talk,
one for
but we
you.
know Duke ain't going.
We
We
want to
definitely
win
Duke
Coach
ain't going nowhere.
Hubert. We want to win Coach Hubert his first championship.
No,
Man,
Mike, this is the same guy who got one toe in on the Duke on being a Duke fan. As soon as Coach K left, he left. So I'm like, what kind of Duke fan you gonna be when you leave when the coach leaves? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I did like Coach K, man. I wouldn't really, Duke, the players, they'll never get to the league and do that. But, that's a whole different conversation. Who your football team?
I'm a Tar Heel college-wise, everything. But NFL, I'm a Washington Commanders fan.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
And you know what? The turnaround begins in the next couple of weeks.
Ooh, finally got
Hey,
me
man,
one on here.
if y'all start Sam Howell, I'll agree with you.
Yeah.
No, we gonna start Wentz. He's gonna be the most improved player in the league, and we're going to the playoffs.
Who's gonna be the most improved player in the league?
Okay, well, you got me hyped up this morning, Mike.
But Wentz is going to be the most improved player in the league. We're going to the playoffs. We're going to win the NFC East.
Wentz can't throw in a wet paper bag.
Wow.
Hey, if you think about it, last year Wentz numbers were very productive. He threw for 27 touchdowns, and I mean, I think he had over 3,000 yards.
He had the leading rusher. He had the leading rusher behind him, Jonathan Taylor, too. So,
of course, yeah, right. And now we got an outstanding young running back that's coming. So get ready.
Gibson is not Taylor. Come on now.
No, it ain't gonna be Gibson. Gibson won't start for us this year.
You talking about Brandon Robinson? From,
yes, sir.
Alabama.
Oh, Brian Robinson.
Brian Robinson, a beast. And then, of course, that defense, once Chase is back healthy, NFC East belongs to the Commanders this year.
Whoa, pimping. Whoa. Hey, man, this is what I'm going to say. It's going to be interesting, but from what I see, that I think that Wentz may start the first 3 games, and then Sam Howell going to start.
Sam Howell is definitely our future, and the future could be towards the end of this year, but I just don't believe it. I believe Wentz is going to turn things around. He's going to curb the criticism over his performances, and Wentz's ability is there. It's just his work ethic. Is he going to be serious about playing football? And if Ron Rivera can't get that out of him, then yeah, there needs to be a change of the guard in Washington. But I don't believe that he's not going to be able to turn it around. I believe Wentz is going to be very productive this year. He's going to be most improved. He's going to lead us to the NFC East crown, and we're going to the playoffs.
I mean,
I can give you the
I'm
SEC.
not gonna say that Wentz don't have, a good arm or anything like that, but all I'm gonna say when it comes to Wentz, man, you don't know what Wentz you're gonna get. You don't know if you're gonna get the Charlie Brown Wentz. You don't know if you're gonna get the real Carson Wentz, or you don't know if you're gonna get third cousin removed Wentz. You're
right. You're right. That's been his performances over the last several years. But to blame Wentz for the entire collapse last year in Jacksonville when the playoffs was on the line, that wasn't on him. That defense disappeared, in that game. So, and I've heard a lot of, and that from the Colts owner wanted to change right after that playoff game. But let's see what Matt Ryan can do. I don't believe in Matt Ryan anymore.
Nope. You right about that.
Yeah, I don't believe in him anymore.
Hey, Steve, but Steve, you sound like a bitter Atlanta fan. Nope. You just sound just like a bitter Atlanta fan. Nope.
I've been bitter since he lost in 2017, man. Ever since he went back to Philly and lost that playoff game, I've been bitter since then. They should have cut him a long time ago.
I think he's gonna be good for the Colts. I think Taylor is gonna do for him what he did for Wentz.
I mean, I don't know what anybody.
He was like a hurt female relationship. He just all ex-players. He just been down on them. Matt Ryan.
Julio ain't gonna do nothing in Tampa Bay either. Pull another hamstring, man. Come on.
You was hurt, man.
I don't agree with that.
Steve, you hating, bro? Oh, man.
Go ahead, Mike.
I think Julio is gonna be big in Tampa. For this, as long as he's healthy. I mean, Tom Brady has a way of resurrecting your career.
Put that if on there. When you say that, as long as, or if this
happens, he got to stay healthy. That no doubt about it.
Them hamstrings is cooked.
But I think he has a little extra motivation playing with the GOAT. And personally, I got Tampa winning the Super Bowl this year.
I don't see that.
Oh, man, I don't see that
either. I hear you. I got my Super Bowl pick as of today, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Buffalo Bills, and I got the GOAT going out on top.
I don't see Buffalo ever getting back to the Super Bowl, bro. Buffalo is cursed. Buffalo is cursed, man. Buffalo is always gonna have the Jim Kelly effect. like when I think of Buffalo, that's all I think about. I wonder how Jim doing these days.
Right. Well, Icon E, we definitely took it to him in a Super Bowl, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, y'all did.
Yes.
Don't get Jake start talking about 95.
Hey man, I ain't saying that, but I just think that right there, man. Every time I hear my homeboys, man, you see my Buffalo Bills, I'll be like, how Jim Kelly doing, bro?
That ain't even a joke.
Yeah, he really ain't doing too good for real.
No, I'm
I got
you. He went to the Super Bowls a lot of times, bro, and couldn't produce one championship, man. So it's like, how you doing, man? Did y'all kind of check on him, or he gonna ride the plane with y'all when y'all go to the Super Bowl, or y'all gonna let him be a part of the experience? Because
you better keep him away. Tell Jim he gotta watch it at home. He can't come to the game. No star.
Yeah, but Buffalo look good, man. But I just was looking, as long as Josh Allen been in the lead, and it's not been a very long time. But he's almost thrown 50 interceptions. He's thrown 47 interceptions. That right there don't impress me.
I think it's his time. I really believe that.
I'm just gonna say don't count Patrick Mahomes out. I mean, me and Icon was talking about this. He lost Tyreek Hill, but listen, man, Patrick Mahomes is a true true quarterback, and we don't really know what type of year that Lamar gonna have. You know, we don't know what type of year Carr gonna have, or Herbert, or we don't know what type of year my boy Dak Prescott gonna have. So you know, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. And so Steve, did you really think I was gonna name all the quarterbacks and not name Dak? Are you like, do we need to send you to communion today?
Look, when I was at the game, right, him and CD Lamb was having a throwing contest of hitting the field goal post from about 25 yards out. Guess how many Dak hit?
I mean,
none.
Okay.
10 times.
Do you want a cookie for that?
Yeah, macadamia nut.
Yeah. Okay.
Dak is already having nightmares about Tyron Smith being out. I don't believe Dak Prescott will last the whole season, and I hope he does.
You're right, but that's a huge blow. You know, just for Dallas as a whole, that's a huge blow, man.
I don't know. The NFC East is up for grabs. Well, I do want to ask you about this though. I do want to ask you about this Kevin Durant saga. What is your thoughts on that? What's your opinion on it?
Man, if I was the Brooklyn Nets ownership when he first demanded the trade, I'd have looked at him and said, dude, you signed a 4-year contract last summer. We're not trading you, period. Don't ask, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But I think Kevin Durant has turned into the crybaby of the league. I respect Durant, but man, he's no LeBron James. And that's how I feel about it. I think Brooklyn, they should have told him from the gate, you're not going anywhere. You're gonna stick here and play alongside Ben Simmons, because they're gonna lose Kyrie at the end of the year. Kyrie doesn't want to be there. Kyrie wants to go to LA and play beside LeBron.
Would you go ahead and trade Kyrie then?
I would. I would have made the deal a couple of weeks ago. Russell Westbrook, Taylor Horton Tucker, and a couple of first-round picks. I'd have made the trade. I would have traded.
And you gonna tell KD that you got to stay here and play with Westbrook again?
Yeah.
Yeah. KD probably would just say, you know, you keep that contract, you keep that money. I'm gonna go ahead and sit over here at the house.
But what Brooklyn was asking what Brooklyn was asking for Kevin Durant was outrageous, man. The best deal on the table that should have been on the table, was Durant and Kyrie for Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook. That should have been the deal on the table.
I think it was at one point, like they was talking about it a little.
About it. It's something I would have considered, and if I was the Lakers front office, I'd have jumped on it in a heartbeat.
Well, you know, Jenny Buss ain't the brightest. I don't know what she was doing all them years behind Jerry, but obviously she must have been high. She must have been high somewhere because she was listening to nothing Jerry was talking about over the years. Because she
was chasing Phil Jackson around.
Oh, you just can't bring her icon. If you got to. She top. She the owner, right?
Hey, listen, man.
Got a championship though.
You got to blame her and Rob though. Like her and Rob. Like, yo, Coach Christie, she got a championship, but the type of decisions that she made.
Before Rob got there, she wasn't doing nothing. You see how bad the Lakers was before she got there? Before he got there, before Rob got there.
She's horrible, man. Jenny's horrible.
She thought everybody thought it was Jim. It wasn't just Jim.
I thought that was Magic Johnson.
It was Magic.
Or Rob.
No, I'm talking about Jim and Jeannie.
Magic ain't never been the owner. Stop it, man.
We didn't say that was the owner. Calm down.
Jim was the owner, and then it went to Jeannie, and both of them stupid. You know what I'm saying?
See, this is what I get so sick of. Every time we talk about Jenny Buss, somebody want to throw Magic in there. Man, stop trying to throw Magic on the bus all the time.
Well, wasn't Magic the GM though?
You said Rob Pelinka. Did Magic not do what Rob Pelinka is doing now? Yes or no? Yes. And that's why I said Magic. How
long did Magic do it? Like the time he did it, it wasn't even of magnitude. He wasn't even doing it that long.
Okay, well, he chose Ball over Tatum. That's a massive mistake. The roster that he put together, a massive mistake. Looking at it now, that was a
Well,
massive.
Magic seen the writing on the wall. That's why Magic got out of there too. He seen the
They
writing on
was
the
gonna
wall.
get him up out of there anyway.
You know what I'm saying? That's why, because Jeannie wouldn't let him make no decisions. So he like, if you ain't gonna let me run this show like I want to, then I'm out. So
Gonna get him out of there anyway.
I mean, it might have, but at the end of the day, at least, because the thing about it is I think Rob want to make some of these moves. It's Jeannie sitting back trying to act like she king of the throne and don't want to make a move. She want to be stubborn about every move. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. But she king of the throne, she queen of the throne, but she a sorry queen of the throne, and it ain't got nothing to do with her.
Queen of nothing.
It got to do with the fact she don't know what she doing. Because Rob want to make some of these moves. Think about some of the moves he made when they won a championship. When he lost out on Kawhi Leonard and whatever, he made all these moves in like overnight. They get the Lakers, players, that role players that they needed to win a championship.
And he lost out on DeMar Rosen
was almost dang near genius. The way he made those moves and almost like at the 11th hour to get them a team. They only had 3 players on the roster when Kawhi Leonard did that little move he made. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And then he went out and got, the KCPs and all these different players that were brought. Because at the time they just had AD, Bron, and I think Kuzma was the only 3 that was on the roster at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what you guys think about the move now, bringing in Patrick Bev?
I think it's a move before the next move. What I think it is, and I've been trying to tell these guys. I said, first of all, Patrick Beverly and Russell Westbrook is personal. They're not going to play together. I think it's going to, because they've been talking about, you know how it is, Mike. When it's smoke, there's fire. So I think what's going to happen is you're either going to see this Miles Turner, Buddy Hield trade go through, or you're going to see them double back on this Utah trade with maybe Clarkson and some of these other guys. But either way, by the time they get to training camp, Russell Westbrook not going to be there. Now, like I try to tell Steve-O, because he think if they make the trade, nobody want to play with Russell Westbrook. I said it has nothing to do with him playing. It has more to do with them trying to get his money off the books. When he gets to where he's going to go, they may end up buying him out or waiving him or just send him home like they did John Wall. Why
the Lakers can't just buy him out, though? Let the Lakers buy him out.
But if you can get something for him, then why not?
You can't.
I'm trying to tell you what's about to happen, bro. What I'm saying? What I'm saying? You like, hey, Carl, you was right.
Darwin Ham done told Russell Westbrook to start. He's your guy. That's what he said.
But you got to tell him that Darwin Ham don't got no power. Darwin Ham don't got no power in that organization. None.
Hey man,
that man asked y'all about Pat Beverly. Why are we sitting there talking about 5P no Westbrook? Russell Westbrook ain't going nowhere. He's gonna be right there coming off the bench as your 6th man. You ain't gonna watch the Lakers because you said that he on the roster, you wasn't gonna watch.
I think Pat Bev give him a dog if you really want to know. I think Pat Bev give them that dog aspect because the Lakers are soft. They've been soft.
Would Dennis Schroeder not been a better option?
No.
Schroeder still may be an option as a backup. But see, remember, Schroeder's a free agent, so we can go out and get him at any point in time. I believe what Icon E just said. I believe Miles Turner and Buddy Hield are the next move to be in Laker land, but there's a sleeper out there that could be on the Lakers roster, and that's Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, they're trying to get rid of him too.
Well, okay.
I like that bad.
I was just gonna ask you though, what do you have the assets to get Donovan Mitchell? I'm with Crystal. What you gonna give up to get him?
Number one, you got Westbrook. You got the two first. You got the two first round picks, as well as Kendrick Nunn.
Yeah.
And then you got to think too. You got other teams. See, everybody always just think it's like a straight up thing. You know what I'm saying? You might have a 3-4 team deal situation that come into play. These things, you know how these things go. Shoot, was it last year? What was it last year when they had like 5 teams in one trade? I forgot what trade it was when somebody had got traded last summer, and by the time they got the end of the trade, because it started off like 3 teams, at the end of the trade, it was like 6 teams involved in one trade. when they kind of put the deal together behind the scene. It was I forgot what deal it was.
Was it the deal for Kuzma?
I think it was.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, Kuzma going to Washington. I think Phoenix was involved. It was over.
Yeah, it was like 5 or 6 teams all in that, and wrapped up in that whole thing. And I think the Lakers end up being wrapped up in it because of the Russell Westbrook thing. So that's why you got all these picks and all over the place, and players over here and this over there, and rights over here and rights over there, because these, how these deals go. Everybody just think,
That's
in
true.
the NBA, and think about the NBA, people say, oh, that never happened. Man, these owners will figure it out. They got their little smart nerds in the back crunching numbers, and next thing you know, all kind of deals be happening. You know what I'm saying?
No,
that's right.
Now,
Mike, you said we when we were referring to the Lakers. I heard a we when you said Lakers.
Absolutely. Hey,
So
I grew up a Lakers fan. LeBron has been my favorite player. And when he went back
that's
home,
made in heaven for you.
That made it even better. Yes, sir.
But see, I wasn't a Lakers fan, but I definitely been Bron since from the gate.
What?
Yes, sir.
Your North Carolina fans. Tar Heel Nation, y'all hear this?
Yes, sir.
I didn't know that, because the thing about it with me was my favorite 2 players in the league at one time was Bron and D Wade. And when they got together in Miami, my brother called me. He said, "Bro, I know you smiling from ear to ear." I said, "Yeah, I can just root for him at one time. I ain't got to be all over. I don't care if LeBron would have went to Sacramento. He could have went to.
You weren't gonna be no Sacramento fan. Stop lying.
He would have went to Utah.
You would tell that lie.
I'm telling you, wherever Bron was going, I'm going. You know what I'm
Me
saying?
too.
Yeah. And if Bronny and the other one come in, Bryce, and they come in and do that thing, I'm with them. I'm with them. Me and Bron in this thing together. I'm uncle, brother. You know what I'm saying? Well, your cousin. We in this thing together for the long haul. If them kids make it to the NBA, we in this thing for the long haul.
All day.
Well, this is what, hey, Coach. This is what I'm gonna say. Pat Bev is not a likable person.
Right.
So I think he's going to start conflict when it comes to that team, because I really don't think these younger players are different. This young Gen Z is different. You can't talk to them like you could talk to some of these old players, because a lot of these young players ain't humble. So Pat Bev is going to start a lot of conflict in the Laker locker room.
Okay, well, let me ask you this, Jacob. Where has he ever caused conflict within his team? Now, he didn't make the other team mad, but when has he ever done it to his team? He doesn't have a history of that. There's no history of him causing conflict in the locker room. He's the type of player that you hate as long as he ain't on your team. And then when he on your team, then you like him.
I appreciate your personal opinion. I really do. I really do appreciate your personal opinion. I really do.
That's not personal.
When
is he caused conflict?
But when it comes to Pat Bev coming to Los Angeles Lakers, that's going to be a lot of conflict. Believe that.
I don't think so.
I got to go with Crystal on this one. The reason why I go with Crystal on this one is because, for one, the Lakers is not a young team. They only got young players. So, and you got a head like LeBron, who kind of understands how to keep everybody on the right, kind of leading the ship a little bit. He's not gonna allow that. Like Pat Bev, and I agree with Crystal.
Whose daddy is he?
When is Pat Bev?
Whose daddy is he? Bronny and Bryce, right?
On his own team. I've never seen him call conflict on his own team. Everybody loved him when they played with him.
Whose daddy is he? Bryce and Bronny. Like, are you serious, bro? Like, get out of here, bro.
You think Pat Bev didn't have get that phone call, that conversation that, when you come over here, we bring you over here to be a pest to everybody except people that's in the Lakers uniform. You get over here, and I want you to piss off the whole world except this Lakers team, and you be in line, and we'll take care of you. He got that phone call. He ain't wake up.
Maybe he did, but when it comes to the joint that's going on between him and Westbrook, bro, y'all will see. It ain't gonna be like y'all think. It ain't gonna be like y'all think it is.
If you think it's with Westbrook, then that's probably intentional. They want to get Westbrook up out of there.
They want to.
I'm talking about the rest of the team. You think he's?
Are you gonna give him $47 million?
There's already problems with Westbrook and everybody anyway. So it ain't like one more ain't gonna hurt.
Okay.
And then and I'm gonna tell you something too, y'all. The Lakers insiders, people that actually report on the Lakers and
Now
day
y'all
to day and all
Pat
that.
Bear
They
fans.
were saying that this Pat Bear trade was in the
I'm not
works 3 weeks ago. Like the Pat Bear
Mhm.
trade had been in the works. It was just everybody. Kevin Durant held up the league, but that's why
I'm
they
not
said Pat Bear knew about this 3 or 4 weeks. That's why he made the comments he did on ESPN. They said they been knew about this trade. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not,
They had to wait on doggone Kevin Durant to quit holding up the league.
I'm
Yeah.
not a Pat Bev fan, but I like his antics. It reminds me like just being out at the rec. You know what I'm saying? That one dude that should be talking trash and put his Air Forces on to play defense. Like that's Pat Bev. Like him being on the Lakers will benefit them because he can chase around that guy and be a pest, and he ain't gonna do that to LeBron. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he's a good defensive player, and he really take guys out of their game. Like he really be having guys ready to fight. You got to have a guy like that that's gonna take away the attention from another player. Like you figure if they do go against, the New Jersey, Boston. I mean not Boston, Brooklyn. Jesus, what if they go against Brooklyn? He can pester Kyrie the whole game, and that can just, you know what I'm saying? Like it's situation like that to where Pat Bev can really come in and affect.
He can pick the
players.
Kyrie, but he don't get no runs right there. He
No,
ain't
I
gonna
mean,
slow Kyrie down.
Kyrie on Kyrie, but it's a I don't know. Pat Bev is just like a nuisance, man. It's like one of those guys that you'd rather just have on your team so you don't have to go against him than to leave him out there because he did.
I just want to know: is he gonna jump on the table after they win and make the play?
He got to. He got to. Game 1, Christmas Day. The Christmas game. He jumping on the table. That's his thing, man. He got to do it.
Well. So, I love it. I just think we need new energy either way. Whether it's a Pat Bev or somebody, I think the Lakers just needed new energy in the building. And you got somebody like that brings. You could say you don't necessarily like his game, but like I would like what KB saying. I like the fact that he does bring a certain element. He brings that Draymond Green type of get in your head. You know what I'm saying? He'll make a play. He'll make a steal. He'll get a big charge in the fourth quarter. He'll do something in a game, in a big game, saying to change the momentum of a game. He does do that in key moments. You know what I mean? So you got to give him that much credit. He did it with the Clippers. He did it in Minnesota. Think about it. Minnesota was dead in the water, irrelevant. He get over there, he make a few, he brings a certain energy where, I guarantee you ain't gonna see that same energy this year in Minnesota. I'm not saying they're not gonna get back to being a playoff running, but you're not gonna see the same energy.
Well, you don't think Rudy Gobert can give them that?
Oh my goodness.
That's going to turn out to be the worst trade in the last 20 years.
I tend to agree with you. I don't know that Cat and Rudy Gobert can play together. I don't see it.
You don't think Rudy gives Cat the opportunity to play power forward, which seems like that's what he really wants to play anyway?
He won't play
gives him
too
that
long.
opportunity to step out the paint. He's a good big 3-point shooter.
He would be Steph Curry. He would be Steph Curry.
He definitely don't want to play no power forward.
That's going
to be though, right?
That's going to hurt that squad. I think it hurts them.
Because think about with Cat in his mind, he already after he won that 3-point contest. Oh, Cat think he's Steph / Dame Lillard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You ain't gonna be able to say nothing else to Cat now, boy. Cat, and he already said he the greatest shooting big man of all time in his mind. When you got a player
and
like
he disappeared. He disappeared some in the series.
Exactly.
Yeah, he does disappear now.
And so that's what I worry about with him. Is he going to disappear? What Cat are you going to get?
But that don't have
in a playoff setting.
That ain't got nothing to do with Rudy though. He was disappearing before Rudy was on the team.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't know that they're going to be able to play together.
I just ain't seen Rudy game improve, man. Like Trace McGrady said on the interview, like from year to year, what have you seen Rudy's game improve on, man? Like I just don't know, man. Like Really? Are you just on the yacht smoking cigars or eating caviar and shrimp? I don't know, man, because I haven't seen his game transition from year to year. If y'all have, enlighten me, please.
I hadn't, and you wonder if he's gonna cry for not making the All-Star team.
Right.
I just wonder that about him. His mental tough. Donovan Mitchell wanted him gone for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He wanted him gone for a reason.
I was about to say, look like they want Donovan gone too.
Well, I just think they're ready to start over. I think they're ready to start over Utah. Danny Ainge. I think you know what? Danny Ainge is a basketball whore. He like to hoard picks, so like he did in Boston. So I think he can get the house on his picks. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
saw what they got for Rudy, and he was like, shoot, let's see if I can do it again.
well, if you know anything about Utah basketball, Utah basketball don't do no drama, not even a little bit. I don't care 5% drama. They want you gone.
That's right.
No, they don't play that, man.
Look, I can honestly say I've never even thought about Utah basketball beyond going off.
Well,
Mike, real quick before we finish up, before you get out of here, I want to touch back to your Super Bowl. Now, you said you had the Buffalo Bills versus the Bucks in the Super Bowl. I'm high on Justin Herbert and the Chargers. Like the moves they made in the offseason. I like Lil Mack and Joey Bosa. What you think? What you think about
CJ Jackson?
CO, man, CJ Jackson.
I like those moves. I like those moves from the Chargers, and I think Herbert is going to be a top 5 quarterback this year. The key to them is what Khalil Mack are they going to get? Is he going to be healthy? Is Bosa going to be healthy? Yeah, those are legit questions you have to worry about. But I think the Chargers will have a chance. But as you said, the AFC West is going to beat up on each other, man. You think about the addition of Russell Wilson with the Broncos. The Broncos are loaded.
They not.
People, I keep telling people that
I don't believe me.
Let's go Raiders.
I don't believe
me. I don't believe me. I don't believe me. I telling them that.
I just think everybody overhyping them.
The Broncos ain't loaded. Did they just lose their best receiver? How are they loaded?
No, they ain't lose their best receiver. Jared Judy, their best guy. Patrick was like the third.
Jared Judy ain't scaring nobody. Who he scaring?
And then you got that defense.
Who even knows who he is besides you, Steve? Like, he's that guy.
Y'all just think he's going to be from Alabama.
Who doesn't know Jared Judy?
Okay,
I'm talking about he's a pro athlete, not from college, bro.
Well, he missed last year. He was hurt last year.
Alabama. He played Alabama.
He's did nothing in the pros of any magnitude yet, bro. So it's still okay.
So this is his first season not being hurt.
It's still a remaining fact to see what he's going to do.
I don't care if he had Lock Smith throwing on the ball. He ain't.
No, you got to take a QB.
That's who we had throwing the ball.
Yeah, who we had. That's exactly who we had. Lock Smith. You right.
You're not gonna do that.
I don't know. And then the Chargers. I like Justin Herbert, but he still got to prove he can even get to the playoffs. Like he
can't beat the Raiders. Y'all so disrespectful, and we got better. Y'all disrespectful.
Y'all got marginally better. Y'all got a little better. Y'all added a wide receiver to an already wide receiver.
No, we locked down. We got another corner on the opposite side.
Y'all lost a corner too. Hayward came to the ATL.
No, but we got Rock Yassin. We good.
We don't know if he good.
Trevor Mooring, Abram, we good, man. We got a linebacker core.
I believe in Derek Carr. I believe in Derek Carr.
Man, you over that line, Icon. It's Sunday. It's Sunday now, Icon. It's Sunday. Yeah, you really got that little smirk on his face. They're like when he give a good player credit. He lying. Yeah.
Max Crosby?
Yeah, I like Derek Carr too. I wanted him in Washington.
Me too.
Yes, sir.
I wanted. That's what I thought they were going to try to go get.
Hunter Renfro, the slow.
I can't just want any quarterback in Washington. Bless his heart.
Oh, man.
Bless his heart, bro. Because you always talking about these quarterbacks and stuff like that, man. Like, listen, bro, like Justin Herbert ain't got the playoff. Y'all big him up. Like Carr. Yeah, Carr got the most comeback wins, man, but like he ain't got the race to the next threshold. So like Like they in the
He got
same
them to the
boat.
playoffs when he
They in
finally
the
had a
same boat
consistent-
with Dak
he finally
Prescott.
had a consistent-
You know what I
he
mean?
finally had consistent
Ain't
coaching,
proved nothing
and they got
yet.
to the playoffs. What are you talking about? They finally got consistent coaching and they made it to the playoffs.
Okay.
You put Carr with the same OC for more than a year, he produces. It's the proof is in the pudding.
All right. Okay. Because you make the playoffs don't mean you produce.
It does.
It does not.
Because everybody would make it if that's the case.
And John Gruden was the most.
And really, the only reason y'all made it to the playoffs, the only reason y'all made it to the playoffs because of what we talked about earlier, Carson Wentz and the Colts falling apart. It ain't like y'all got in there because y'all was just 10 and 4, 10 and 6.
The fact we made the playoffs with a special teams coach as our head
Somebody
coach,
had to lose for y'all to get in the playoffs.
Thank you.
we had to win. We still had to win. We had to win our games. We control what we control. And guess what we control? The AFC West. We only lost to the Chiefs once.
Mike, give me an AFC title game. You got Buffalo. Who's the other team you like in that coming up to beat them in the AFC Championship?
Buffalo versus the Raiders.
That's a smart man. That's why he going to ESPN. We on the right. That's exactly why. That's you on the right path.
I believe in Derek Carr.
So, Coach Mike, when you highly disappointed, can we bring you back on and talk about your disappointment?
Hey, look, man.
Bring me back anytime to talk sports. Hey, me and Lamont will definitely come back on.
No, Coach, not just sports. I just want to talk about your disappointment. You know, Coach,
absolutely.
In sports, man, when you make a prediction of a title game, a championship game, and that prediction don't go through, you know, somebody feelings is hurt. Be like, I put this on national air, and then it didn't happen, man. Oh man, I don't think I should. You know, I mean, I'm just saying, man. You know.
I'll definitely come back on and eat crow if I got to.
Hey, Mike's so contagious. He almost got me picking Washington and the Rams in the NFC Championship game.
Hold on.
Oh man.
Go ahead, KB.
I said the Raiders gonna have a top 4 passing wide receiver core. They're gonna get busy. Hunter Renfrow gonna be statistically like a top 10 wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna look pretty, but when the season over in the Josh Daniels system, he's the best slot wide receiver Josh Daniels has ever had. Y'all sleeping. Y'all just watch the
He ain't better than Wes Welker.
Hey,
he ain't no Wes Welker.
Mention
He ain't no Wes Welker.
That's the
he ain't no Wes
exactly.
Welker, bro. That's not disrespect. He ain't Wes Welker.
Waller wanted the top 10, so the Raiders got some outfits.
Raiders, who you
yes,
going
sir.
to pick one. Pick
And
one.
the Raiders got some options on coach, and it's gonna be some conflict too. It's too many hands that's gonna need the ball. It's too many hands that's gonna need the ball.
The hierarchy is set. Everybody knows this is, you know what I'm saying, Devontae Adams is number one. You know what I'm saying? That's the rest of the guys gonna eat because they have to. You gotta pick one. You gotta pick one. Who you gonna pick? You double Adams, Waller gonna eat. You double Waller, Adams gonna eat. You double both them, then Hunter gonna get
easier said than done when it comes to grown men getting their shine on the football field. That's easier said than done.
But that's the whole thing. They're gonna eat.
The key to the Raiders offense if Josh Jacobs stay healthy. If Josh Jacobs will stay healthy.
They don't need Josh Jacobs stay healthy.
That's the key.
The group, it's a running back committee. You got Zamir White, Abdullah, and Josh Jacobs. They all getting the ball. They all toting. Because Josh Jacobs is playing. They didn't pick up his 5th year. So he's playing for a contract. So you got 3 guys that's rotating and that's going to be running the ball. Josh Daniels' system is built for that running back by committee. That slot got to go get off. And they've only had one good wide receiver, a primary guy ever. I mean, he ain't. Don't get me wrong. It ain't Tom Brady throwing the Moss. Don't get me wrong, but it's still going to be.
That's what you just said. That's what you just said.
No, I'm saying it's I don't think he's ever had a system to where he had a go-to wide receiver that he can draw stuff. Be like, look, we got to get this one guy at the ball. We got to get this one guy open. Design stuff around him.
Right. And the difference with Josh Daniels this time, he don't have Tim Tebow as his quarterback. Derek Carr.
He's still one with Tim Tebow.
That's right. Derek Carr is a legitimate quarterback in the National Football League that can get it done.
Pull up the numbers, man. Opinions don't matter. Pull up the black and the white. That's what's wrong with Cowboys fans. Y'all don't pull up the black and the white. Y'all live in the gray area.
So you can say what you want to say. I'm not the only sports team fan that would disagree with what you're saying.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people that
got
would
a Falcons
disagree.
fan too. That ain't saying much.
It don't make no difference, bro.
You got a Falcons fan.
Like nobody is invested with the Raiders but you.
Having nightmares
And so just go sit in the angry corner by yourself.
Steve still wake up the nightmares to that.
Well, he with my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law diehard Raiders fan too, so he got every.
Bless their heart. Silent meditation and communion and Bible hymns. Bless their heart.
So Mike,
too,
so Mike, give me NFC title game.
Tampa Bay, and as much as I want to go with my heart and say the Commanders, I'm gonna go Tampa versus the 49ers.
Hey, look, man, I like 9-1-0.
Not with no Trey Lance, you not.
Trey Lance is gonna have a big year.
Trey Lance gonna get busy. Well, Kyle Shanahan.
No.
Hey, Steve, tell him about Kyle Shanahan. Does he get busy or not?
Kyle Shanahan will, and he has the athleticism to go with what Kyle Shanahan likes to do. Kyle Shanahan with that type of quarterback is dangerous, and they will win the AFC. They will win the NFC West. I will say that they're gonna win the NFC.
Kyle Shanahan took Jimmy G, who almost led them to the Super Bowl, and threw him away for a guy with more athleticism and art. He threw away a Super Bowl caliber quarterback, and Jimmy G, who was getting there, threw him away to the side. I was like, yeah, thanks. No, I need this guy.
Okay. But
I'm going Tampa and the Niners. The only reason I don't go with the Packers is because they lost Devontae Adams.
Yeah, so that defense, I think.
All I would say, man,
is legit.
You guys may be sold on Kyle Shanahan and his tactics, but I wouldn't have picked Trey Lance over Jimmy G. And I'm not a Jimmy G fan.
He must see something we don't.
I wouldn't. Yeah, you right, Steve. Obviously, he do. Obviously, he do, man.
He know he got to make it win. If he doesn't win with Trey Lance, he's going to get fired. Like there's no question asked. Like they regress and go back. Can't get 5 or 6 wins for like 2-3 seasons straight. He know he's going to get fired. There's no question asked. You putting all your chips are in one play, and that's Trey Lance for Kyle Shanahan. This is probably his only. He probably won't get another head coaching job. He'll be another OC, but
He just disrespected Jimmy D all the way to the core, bro. Just like real disrespectful, bro.
That team is.
I can tell you, I feel there's a deal in place already. I feel Jimmy G ends up in Seattle before it's all said and done.
Okay.
I think Seattle is okay with getting the number 1 pick next year. I really do. I think they're okay with getting. I really do. Seriously, I think they're okay with that. I see Jimmy.
So you don't believe? So you saying you don't believe in Geno at all, right?
No.
No.
Geno trash, man.
No.
You're right.
I personally would have went with Drew
good
Lock
against the Cowboys.
They gonna start Geno? They're gonna start Geno Smith?
Yeah.
He's been named the week 1 starter.
Yeah, they trying to go 2-15.
Yeah, so that's what I said. They're legitimately going to be going. They're going to pick Bryce Young.
Starring Geno is just like starring Alvin from Alvin and the Chipmunks. No. No, bro.
I mean, but like I think Jimmy G. I don't think he's terrible. You just know he's going to throw like a pick or two in the wrong situation. It's just one of those things to where if he eliminated like 1 interception, he would be a good quarterback.
I couldn't tell, man, because
I agree.
Because I couldn't tell, man, because even the predominant quarterbacks that have thrown for the most yards and just always highlighted, man, Jimmy G still took his team farther. So I can't say that he wasn't a good quarterback. I can say, man, that we may not agree with how he played, but effectiveness, he got him there. You know what I mean? Because, a quarterback can be flashy, mobile, have a good arm. But the thing is Trey going to be able to get them there? Or will Trey have, will he be able to take the pressure from National Football League, bro? Because it's from being a backup to being a starter, it's a lot more pressure.
Yeah, he ain't going to have that safety net of
That's true.
I think Jimmy G. Honestly, I think he may end up. What smart move for him would be like to go to like a Tampa Bay, because you don't have to worry about it. He's still recovering from the surgery and all that. He can go ahead and learn the playbook because Tom is going next year. And I love Kyle Trask, but they don't know who their backup guy is, and they don't have no faith in him. So go there, be the backup, and just take over the job next year.
So you don't think Tom gonna play till he's 50?
No, I think this is it. Man.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
When he had to leave training camp
Giselle was like,
the wife.
I'm not doing this. This is it. Oh, we're done. She got that Jay-Z talk. This is
and he signed that contract too. He signed that commentator contract.
Yeah, with Fox.
Yeah, so and like you said, like I told somebody the other day, I said when wifey step up and finally put her foot down, it's over with.
It's a wrap, B.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, she's been putting her feet down for 8 years.
If you want to stay married,
talk about it. Talk about it, Chris. Talk about it.
I think the way he went out, like because he was winning Super Bowls and it just was a breeze for them. And I think the way he went out last year, just the competitor in him, he was like, "Look, give me one more shot. I need this one more shot." And that's all it was. It was like, I need one more shot to make sure that I still am who I am in my head.
And he goes out on top. I just believe that.
Did Tom Brady win another one?
So do you believe he go out on top because he's Tom Brady, or do you believe he go out on top because that's what the NFL wants? It's a lot of ways you can look at it.
I believe he goes out on top for both. Number one, his ability. I just think, he came close to bringing Tampa Bay back against the Rams last year.
He did.
He was that close from getting them back to the championship game. So I really believe he gets to the Super Bowl this year and wins it on his own merit.
And
it won't be no Peyton Manning story.
Oh my God. But you also have to look at, he's not the only one to chip. Byron Leftwich, the disrespect he got in that coaching search for the head coach.
Yep.
He on the best believe that them two, they on a mission because he got.
Yeah, they're motivated.
The only thing, and I know it's kind of a weird thing in football. The only thing I kind of see that maybe derail them is because they got so many early injuries. And something about football, when your team get early injuries, it's almost like it's contagious, like it's COVID or something. Like everybody just start getting hurt left and right on the team, like last year with Baltimore, and you've seen it with teams over the years. Like once you start,
Julio somewhere nervous,
it keeps going because you never get healthy. Like that's the healthiest you're going to be for the rest of the year. Is before training camp start.
Julio somewhere with a cross. He probably sitting in church. Julio somewhere praying. Julio somewhere praying. He got a rosary.
Let me ask you a question.
Because you said injuries are contagious.
But if we're talking about Julio, why you just throw
He on Tampa Bay. He's on Tampa Bay. You said injuries are contagious, and they've got a lot of injuries early. I said, he's somewhere praying.
But you got to say Julio.
Now I got a question. For Mike. As long as we got time. Now everybody's talking about OBJ potentially to the Bills. Do you think that the Bucks could swing in there and snatch him?
I don't, because I think Tampa believes in Julio. They believe in Godwin, and then you know what you're gonna get with the kid. What's his? Yeah,
Mike Evans.
Yeah, Mike Evans. They know what they're gonna get with him. So I don't think that they swing in. I honestly believe OBJ could go back to the Rams once healthy. I honestly believe that.
I believe that too. I think that's what he wants to be. I think that's what he wants to be.
So that's right. $1 million question for you all. And somebody brought this to my attention the other day. They was like, man, why don't Baltimore Ravens get Lamar a top quality receiver to play with?
Because they're running team.
Throw the ball to him.
They ain't gonna throw him the ball.
They're predominantly running team who's
but hold back about Con. He stated on a blog interview that he wants one.
Of course.
Yeah, I want a Ravens, bro.
And he wants to change the way that Baltimore thinks about football. He was like, he don't feel that it's open. You know what I mean? It's just one dynamic.
Run the ball and defense.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, man. So that's two dynamics. But
if
I'm
Butterfingers
just,
didn't want to be there, why
but
anybody else
why
wanna be
would
there?
you give
Butterfingers
somebody?
won't be there.
Why would you give
Butterfingers-
somebody 200? Why would you get somebody close to $300 million and they don't throw the ball?
Because
Why?
that's by the coach's design. That ain't Lamar. When Lamar throws the ball, at the end of the day, he'll have some misses that you be like, come on, fam. But when the game is over and you look at the box score and look at his numbers are always solid.
Hey, Mike.
You're right. Because
Yes, sir.
Now, you know what I call Brown? I don't call him Hollywood Brown. I call him Compton Brown. Them Butterfingers.
Stop calling that man that, man.
Yeah. But don't get me wrong, they should open it up. But I mean, until they become a threat, really throwing the ball on a consistent basis, then it's always going to be an issue with the Ravens, because they really are bent on being a running team and their tight ends being their major outlet. And that's cool for playoff late in the season offense. But when you got to put up points in a hurry, or when you got to kind of spread out and use them weapons and use Lamar for really what he's capable for, you got to have the wide receivers to spread them out. And they
right. So with that being said, KB, appreciate that. Coach Mike, now let me ask you a question. Now, if we can take our memory back a little bit and walk down memory lane, and see when, since we're talking about Baltimore, how did Baltimore set their offense up much more for Joe Flacco, and he threw much more passes than Lamar? Like, so they can't tell me that they can't design it, because they had it set up when Joe was there. Joe throwed the ball a lot.
Well, they were still run oriented, but they also passed a lot to the tight ends. Flacco had a stud tight end at the time whenever they won the Super Bowl. And correct me if I'm wrong, was Steve Smith on the last Super Bowl team with them? He wasn't he?
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
They had Ty
Okay.
Heat and
Exactly. Like, it was. Did they have?
Okay,
Antoine?
I
Did they
can't
have
really-
Antoine Bolden? Was he
I
still
can't
there?
remember who their receivers were.
Antoine Bolden was
Bolden,
but
yeah.
he wasn't.
Which
Antoine.
Bolden was not a down the field guy. He
He
was
gonna
more
go
over
get
the middle wide receiver,
Mhm.
gonna get the tough yards, and then of course you had Todd Heap. So they were still run oriented with Joe Flacco.
right.
And now my question is in regards to Lamar Jackson. Is storytelling that he didn't get a contract extension before Kyler Murray did in Arizona. So the question is this: we all know that John Harbaugh believes in Lamar Jackson, but does management believe in Lamar Jackson?
Now that's an interesting question, and I would say that's a $1 billion question, because it's obvious that we don't know. Because I just think, to ask for the type of money that he asked for, man, I mean, and he won an MVP. Yes, I know that, but at the same time,
I don't think the money the issue. I think the guaranteed money is where they.
I need him to throw the ball more though.
But you gotta give him something to throw to. You gotta.
That guaranteed part of the contract is what the language.
And the thing that the Ravens suffer from. Remember when they won that Super Bowl, their defense was ranked top 3.
Mm-hmm.
That Ravens defense ain't hitting like it used to. So the benefit of having a run game and a tight end game is you control the clock, you control the you know what I'm saying, the drives, and your defense holds other teams to 7 points, 10 points, 3 points. So it don't look that bad. But when you got to score 21 points, 28 points on offense, they not built for that.
Yeah, so you're right, but like if we can take it back to when Lamar was making his playoff run, the only reason why I feel like he didn't win that particular game, man, is because he had no receivers to throw to, and because the defense keyed in on the tight end and shut that down, so he had no wideouts to throw to, man. You know, so he had nobody to really run, you know, the fly pattern or the post pattern. Or he had no quality. He didn't even have one quality receiver to run those routes.
I like Bateman though. I really do. I like Rashad Bateman. Can he be a number one? We don't know, but I do like Rashad Bateman as wide
They
receiver.
need two. They need one more. Like they need to go out and get like a guy that's not
AB?
a lot. No, I mean not necessarily AB. That ain't happening. But like
Lamar
maybe,
wants him.
I'm sure Broward guys. I think they should go after like maybe get one of them like them Eagle guys. You know what I'm saying? Because they're pretty deep. Like
They
wide
got
receivers. They got AJ. They got you know what I'm saying, Devontae. You know you can get Rieger or you can get what's the other dude? I forgot the other guy there. But they got like 4 or 5 like quality, you know, receivers and make somebody a number 2 next to Bateman. You gotta give the defense something to think about. You gotta stretch them out. You gotta do something. You gotta give another weapon and that can catch.
But you know what though, KB? I'm gonna say this. I don't think nobody touching on this. How deep this thing is. When you got your mom, like basically the one that's in the trenches with it, and then when you trying to negotiate with management, like if it's an agent with going with the team, then you can kind of you know, they throwing jabs, they throwing haymakers like, oh, he ain't good at this and he ain't good at that, and he got to do this and do that and all. With the moms, it may be a little bit more difficult to try to negotiate because you got to watch what you say to moms. So it's kind of like one of those things where you say too much to the left, she's gonna be like, son, we out of here. So I think that's kind of, it's not just the money thing. I think it's just the way you negotiate in these situations where I feel like by the end of the year, if they don't get this thing hashed out, they're gonna have to probably end up trading Lamar because it's gonna get super ugly.
He said he don't talk contract during the season, so you got about 12 to 13 days to get his contract.
Yeah.
I would want to say this,
but I'm just saying when you're dealing with moms, like, you know, it's different. Like dad, you know, your dad can go in, you can talk. Dad can handle it. Dad can handle, you know, me. I mean, you know, if you say something with moms, you know, you ain't talking about
that would be stupid on their behalf.
I just don't know, Icon, if like that can either make or break it, man, because, you know, of course you said when you dealing with somebody, mom, you got to tiptoe a little bit. You got to watch what you say.
Why?
Okay.
I'm just saying why. It's no different than having if I'm looking at it, if I'm the Ravens, I don't care who you put in front of me to negotiate this contract. It is what it is. This is what we value him at, and it is what it is. If you stepping in there as an agent, I'm not talking to you as mom, I'm talking to you as agent. Now, if you come up there and want me to pacify your child, then this is the wrong office for you to be in.
But you got to think, though, KB. You got to think. The quarterback's already the most sensitive players in sports. So they're sensitive. Then you got a mom you dealing with. That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? So you got to kind of watch what you say in both regards, especially when you're dealing with that mom.
I think you can get your point across without being disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, I think it's just the strategy of the front office. Like, do you really want him or not? And if it really comes down to it, if you want him, you're gonna, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have that conversation a little bit different versus if you don't know. If you don't want him and you making him work for it, then you probably will be a little bit more abrasive. But if you really want Lamar for the long haul, it ain't gonna ever be no abrasive conversation of like, look, what we need to do, we need to get this done. It's gonna be a lot of pacifying. So it's just whatever it is, whatever that gap is that they're wanting, they just got to give in. I mean, you don't have any bargaining chips to not pay Lamar. Like, there's nothing you can do to justify you not paying Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, that's true. Like you said, it's probably gonna come down to the guarantee. What he willing to accept?
Yeah, because you seen Deshaun Watson get his contract fully guaranteed. Why y'all?
Kirk Cousins contracts always guaranteed.
But hold on, because Deshaun did that. That don't mean that Baltimore is in the same position to do what Cleveland did. That's what people understand.
They be going to get out of here. I'm sure the Jets will give it to me. They ain't have a quarterback like Lamar since Joe Namath. So and let Lamar go on out there to the Jets. Go the New York Giants. It's plenty of organizations. I'm just saying, it's plenty of organizations that will give you that contract because they haven't had that type of quarterback in years.
Well, if you're gonna look at it like that, then you know what? Any team that trade for KD, he need to get 8. They need to get 8 picks because Rudy Gobert got
when
5.
Rudy got 5,
Rudy got 5.
that's why the
But that
Nets
ain't
said
gonna
we
be the
not
same.
taking.
That you
That's
said-
why the
you
Nets
said-
said we not taking nothing less than 4
But
That's
man,
why
you
there ain't no
can't
trade gonna get made. And that's why
but
the
you
trade
can't
ain't
you
made.
can't base your decision off what another team does.
It's second
Just because
month.
the
Yeah, I
Browns
can.
did this,
You got it.
just because the
That's
Browns did this for Deshaun Watson, don't mean that Baltimore is able, ready, or
You're right.
willing to do
They may
this.
not-
You're
that's
right.
business.
You're right.
That's
The Houston
business.
Texans, they got plenty of money down there. They can do. Atlanta Falcons got $125 million in cap space next year. So you're right. Baltimore doesn't have to. If I'm Lamar, I'm just gonna stay healthy this year. I'm gonna stay my ass in the pocket. I'm gonna throw it over here, throw it over there. I'm not gonna do all that running around. I'm gonna get out of bounds. I'm gonna get down. I'm gonna make sure I'm safe, but I'm gonna still play my game. And then next year when I'm a free agent, I promise you, there'll be teams lined up to give me that type of.
You will get
I'm
that
not saying
guaranteed.
that won't no team do it, Steve. All I'm saying is I just don't think Baltimore is really ready and able to do it.
If they want to do it, they can. If they want to do it, they can.
What you think, Mike?
Well, I'm gonna say this, guys, and then I got to get out of here. But I think Lamar Jackson, at the end of the day, he will get a contract. He's not gonna get what he thinks he's worth. That's what I feel, and I believe Baltimore will give in at the end of the day because I mean, quarterbacks are hard to come by in today's league.
Okay, Mike. So, Mike, plug us one last time for tomorrow. Let everybody know where they can find you, where they can reach you, the show, and on social media.
Yes, sir. Hey, download the TuneIn app. Go to WTON 1240 ESPN Radio, The Boss. And our show will air tomorrow night, our inaugural show from 6 to 7. We're going to be on every Monday night. You guys check us out. Check us out at the GQ Sports Show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You'll be able to find us. And as well as the podcast, Basketball More Than a Game.
I appreciate you, sir. And tell Lamont, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. I appreciate y'all coming on. We'll get y'all back on a better time, and so hopefully, his sound will be better then. So you have a blessing rest of the day, and we'll be talking.
You all do as well, and thanks again for having us.
All right,
No
salute.
All right.
All right.
So that was the GQ show. Lamont T. Goins and Michael Quick. They're going to be coming on 6 to 7, like you said, tomorrow night on ESPN Radio, their inaugural show. So I'm gonna definitely look forward to watching that tomorrow night or whatever. So and then whatever. So I appreciate them coming on. On here this morning or whatever. So so basically, man, another great show, y'all. Pretty much I guess that's probably it for this morning. Unless y'all got something else y'all want to talk about.
I'm good.
I guess next week we will be prepared. Almost kickoff. I guess we need to come up with our college football prediction, Super Bowl prediction.
Oh yeah. I
mean, we want to revisit those through the week, middle of the season. So I'm gonna report it down.
We'll do that Wednesday night. We'll do that Wednesday night on Reloaded, whatever, as far as like whatever games coming up this weekend, or whatever. Because it was only like a few big ones though, right? Got a couple of big ones. Like
Next weekend is a big kickoff. Georgia versus Oregon. Florida versus Utah. Everybody plays. Alabama plays.
Auburn, ain't it?
No,
not first. Alabama. They got a game on the road somewhere though. They play.
they play a BS team. They play Texas week 2. They
week 2. It's Texas week 2. Okay.
You got Notre Dame, Ohio State.
Yep.
Right.
So it's some big games next Saturday. Crazy.
Okay. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. And it's crazy because I was trying to find that game, but they just that game yesterday.
FAMU and UNC. Yeah, I was looking forward to it, and I was like, dang, I can't find it. But FAMU actually gave UNC a run for their money, though.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the Nebraska game. That's what I'm
Nebraska.
you.
Oh, I seen that one. Yeah, Nebraska and Northwestern.
I couldn't even find it. I was trying to look for it to watch, and it was supposed to come on FS1, and they were showing racing or something yesterday. I'm like, what? Oh, so I'm like, okay. So they kind of disrespected. Who ended up winning that game?
Nebraska lost. Northwestern got a pick to seal a game.
No, okay.
They talking about firing that dude. You know, that dude Scott Frost was highly talented. You know what I mean? He was doing good with UFC, UCL.
He was. That's what happened when you in that All-American thing. You be routing them dudes. I'm so glad Florida didn't hire him because everybody wanted him. I don't care.
Yeah, he was. He was a hot team. Everybody wanted Scott Frost. He went back to his alma mater, Nebraska, and now they get him back
waiting
from
for 3 weeks. We go into Texas A&M and get this upset. We're gonna get this upset victory.
Hey man, listen, man. It's too early. It's too early for this, Icon. It's too early for this, man.
We going in. We gonna go in and upset
It's too early, man.
Still complain. Y'all, you know, y'all lost another running back. Y'all lost another running back. Who else? They got one wide receiver.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you something about our running back. Over the years, our running back stable been tight. With nothing else, our running back, I ain't worried. That's at least in my words, running back. We always keep some good running backs. I ain't worried about that.
Yeah.
What you think about that new stadium, Icon? Have you seen the new stadium that they about to build for Miami?
Boy, they shut that.
I heard about it. I haven't seen it yet.
Steve, why you get him started, bro? Come on, man.
They shut it down. They already shut it down. Some lawyers in the state was like, you can't just put a thing in the middle of Coral Gables. Like, we're not letting.
Why you can't put it in the middle of Coral Gables?
Because you have to. Because the stadium where it is like some park or something like that. It's like a big park area that for the city, and the people are like, you're not just tearing this down to put a stadium in. And then the stadium only holds like 50,000 or something crazy. It was like. It looks very pretty. But it's like that's it.
They don't need 50,000. Miami is a sports city. It's like one of the worst sports cities in sports.
But you don't put 50,000 for a stadium in 2023. 50,000? That's a high school stadium.
That's all you need in Miami. You don't need no $100,000 stadium in Miami. Ain't nobody going to games in Miami. They didn't go to the Heat games until they went to the playoffs.
So y'all don't need
showing up an hour late at a playoff game. People showing up an hour late in the NBA Finals when Miami Heat was in the finals.
Because there's stuff to do in Miami. You know,
it's a lot to do in Miami, and it never sleeps.
Just keep on busting them boys, man. Don't even waste your money then. If that's the case.
I don't really care if they build a new stadium or not, but I'm just saying at the end of the day, Miami is one of the worst sports towns when it comes to supporting their teams. You know what I'm saying? The way they supposed to.
And you can really tell the cities who thrive on their college sports because they have nothing else to do but college sports.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ain't nothing else to happen.
Nothing else. That's why Wisconsin, Notre Dame. I remember I was
UNC. Ain't nothing to do back there in them dirt road.
Put it to you like this. I was in South Bend. I go to South Bend like a few times a year. You know, hotel room, you go to South Bend, and it's like, the rooms might cost $60-$70 to get a room. The weekend that Notre Dame playing, the minimum be $300 a room. Because everybody and their mama, people coming in out of town, probably coming in from Indianapolis and neighboring Chicago, whatever, and they're surrounded like, driving distance from wherever that's near there, and them rooms be ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all they got out there in South Bend is football. And I heard your Tobacco Road comment, bro. People love North Carolina. They love the state of North Carolina. I love North Carolina. So you can trust at Tobacco Road, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man. Man.
Anyway, y'all, man, I appreciate everybody coming on time this morning. Oh, y'all made me so proud, like a proud father.
Man, end the broadcast, man.